The AI Revolution, Google's developers on the future of artificial intelligence. 60 Minutes. Made by Wordtoon Rid, Open. Intro. In 2023, we learned that a machine taught itself how to speak to humans like a peer, and that artificial intelligence machines will be as good or evil as human nature allows. Is society prepared? Do you think society is prepared for what's coming? I feel optimistic because more people are worried about it earlier in its life cycle. Sundar Pichai states, Pichai couldn't have imagined growing up in India without a telephone at home, but when one finally came home, it changed his life. Google's chatbot Bard is here to help you brainstorm ideas for a speech, blog post, or email. Introducing Bard. We were introduced to Bard by Google Vice President Shell and Senior Vice President James Manika. Bard is a self-contained program that was mostly self-taught and able to summarize the New Testament in 5 seconds and 17 words in Latin. A machine created a poem in 5 seconds about a woman whose baby was never born, and a man whose wife could not conceive. The poem was about faith and the mystery of life. Bard reads most everything on the internet and creates a model of what language looks like. It then predicts the most probable next words based on everything it's learned. Why Bard helps people. These machines are not sentient, they've learned from us, they've reflected all that is in books and novels and fiction, so they can exhibit behaviors that look like there's somebody behind it. James Manika holds a new position at Google, thinking about how AI and humanity will best coexist. AI will pose its own problems, but Bard can write 1,000,000 poems before Hemingway can write one. Imagine that level of automation across the economy. Some job occupations will decline over time, but most jobs will have their definitions change because they are now being assisted by AI and by automation. AI will impact every product. AI will impact every product in every company, and in 5 to 10 years, every radiologist will have an AI collaborator with them. AI will help them triage cases, and will suggest the most serious cases to look at first. What jobs would be disrupted? Bart said knowledge workers will be affected, like writers, accountants, architects, and ironically software engineers. AI writes computer code too, although imperfectly. With fake news and fake images, AI can create a video easily, but at a societal scale it can cause a lot of harm, so Pichai is holding back for more testing. Emergent properties. Some AI systems are teaching themselves skills that they weren't expected to have. For example, one Google AI program adapted on its own after being prompted in the language of Bangladesh. We don't fully understand how the robot works, but we have some ideas, and we're trying to figure it out. The robot talked about pain and redemption, but we don't fully understand how the human mind works either. There are two views of this, those who view these algorithms as just repeating what they see online, and those who view them as showing emergent properties to be creative, to reason, to plan, and so on. The AI Revolution. Google's AI lab in London is introducing AI in steps so civilization can get used to it. AI soccer. Engineers taught the AI program to move like a human, but on the soccer pitch, the robots were told only that the object was to score. Hansel told us that the AI program spent 2 weeks testing different moves and created all-stars. With practice, they get better. AI figured out how to play soccer by itself, and over time, started to plan its strategy, and eventually, started to work in other types of human environments, like mining, construction, exploration, and disaster recovery. DeepMind. The company was co-founded 12 years ago by Demis Hassabis, who has degrees in computer science and neuroscience. His PhD is in human imagination, and he came to AI through games. I've been working on AI for decades now, and I believe it will be the most important invention that humanity will ever make. We are an infinitely adaptable species. Hassabis' DeepMind is a self-learning machine that learns from playing against itself tens of millions of times. It can dream up a winning chess strategy no human had ever seen before, and it never gets tired or hungry. DeepMind to Google. Google has the enormous computing power that AI needs, and brute force computing that very loosely approximates the neural networks and talents of the brain is one of two advances that make AI ascendant. DeepMind created an AI program for the protein problem that solved an impossible problem. The DeepMind protein database was created in 200 million PhD years, which is how long it would have taken using traditional methods. Most AI systems today do one or maybe two things well, but the ultimate goal is artificial general intelligence. Consciousness. Philosophers haven't really settled on a definition of consciousness yet, but I think there's a possibility ICE one day could be. Current AI is superhuman in narrow ways, and Google engineers are teaching robots skills that they will practice continuously on their own. The Robot 106 can recognize all the items on a crowded countertop, and gets better at every one of them. We start the genesis of a new humanity, with AI that can utilize all the information in the world, what no human could ever hold in their head. I think the possibility of AI do not diminish humanity in any way, but raise us to even deeper, more profound questions. Critics argue the rush to artificial intelligence comes too fast, but I think we need to adapt as a society for it, and this is why I think the development of AI systems needs to include not just engineers, but social scientists, ethicists, philosophers, and so on. We hope you enjoyed this summary of a 60 Minutes episode. Be sure to like and subscribe for more important and vital content.